Okay, positive energy only from the universe. This is Mystic Beauty by Kiki's Tarot. Thank you for stopping by. I'm going to be doing the sign for Aries. I'm sorry, I'm going to be doing all signs. All the way from Aries to Pisces. It's going to be for your Venus sign. And it's going to be for love and money because Venus is the ruler. Your Venus sign does really help you with like your career paths, and also can help you generate wealth. And for your Venus sign, it also does explain your love language quite in depth. A little bit on the Mars side, Mars sign too, but we're gonna just focus on Venus sign, on Venus placements. If you don't know your Venus placements, a quick chart check can do that. You can go on AstroSeek, and it's pretty accurate. You're gonna, I think for Venus sign, you really do need the time and date. I'm doing Venus sign because normally when I do Venus sign, uh, or I'm listening to a reading and it's Venus sign, it's normally more accurate than my Libra sign. I think well, because I'm a Libra, but at the sun sign, I think the sun sign does like scratch the surface a bit on your situation, but I think it really just goes into depth when you hear a reading from your Venus sign. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna start with Aries. Starting at 1:39, and already pre-shuffled, and we're staging right now. So positive energy from the universe only. What can you tell me for Venus sign of Aries? Aries Venus sign. Positive energy only. What's going on for Aries? Ace of Pentacles. All right, so it tells me right off the bat that you're about to get something that you really want. Maybe because of a past judgment that you made with the Judgment card, but it's in reverse. So I'm considering that it's in the past. And you're going to be getting what you want from a judgment that you made that was in the past. And it's going to be on the verge of emotional fulfillment with the Page of Cups in the upright. I got Three of Pentacles in reverse. It's like you're getting what you wanted, but maybe you had to break away from, like, not a community, but people that you thought you wanted to sign a contract with you. You had to break away from them, money wise. Queen of Swords. After this judgment, I think maybe you were a little worried about whether or not you made the right decision with the Queen of Swords in reverse. But here we got Queen of Pentacles again. It's like you know you're getting your financial abundance. I think you were worried about your emotional abundance, like, because sometimes it's hard to do something long time if we're not feeling emotionally stable. Even though we're making good money, if we're not feeling emotionally stable, sometimes it's kind of hard to stick with it. And then we got final overall energy, Nine of Pentacles reverse. So Nine of Pentacles reverse, even though you're kind of getting everything you want, I don't know, is that saying like your abundance is on hold? Okay. We're going to clarify. I don't think that your abundance is not coming in. I think it's on hold, or maybe you're understanding that because when you break away from someone, or you break away for whatever this Three of Pentacles in reverse is, that's when the abundance starts rolling in. So it's kind of like maybe you need to remember it for, like, there's something coming up that you need to remember it. Remember it for let's say for the month of February and going into March. So for the month of February going into March, it's like you need to remember that lesson. I think you learned a lesson and you need to, like, remember it. Yeah, revenge, moving, and escape. So I think you moved on. I think for whatever reason these people were holding you back, and it seems like you kind of want revenge about it. But I think the best revenge is making your money. So I was getting like a money situation from that. I wasn't getting a love situation. But let's go over here and see what is the advice. What's the money advice for February going into March for the Venus sign of Aries? So I got Ace of Wands sideways. When we get into sideways, that means the card or the energy is not complete yet. So I would say just work on, how do I say this? Work on getting the clarity you need to continue to make moves. That's why I said that Nine of Pentacles in reverse. It seems like you know, like you're gonna learn this lesson again. So your abundance is on hold in order to, because you need to learn, you need to remember the lesson that you learned in the past. And the lesson in the past was when you are not relying on people, or when you it's like you were holding everything down for a certain group of people or for a person, and then as soon as you broke away, the abundance start rolling in. And I think you need to remember that lesson again. And we're gonna and so it's kind of like you need to, this is backing it up with getting clarity on what moves to make next. Okay, I'm going to pull up another deck really quick and just see if we can get some love advice on what is the love looking like for the rest of February into March. What is the love looking like? That was more like a career read. Okay, what is the love looking like for Aries Venus? What is the love looking like for Aries Venus? What is love looking like for Aries Venus? Okay, so we got Five of Wands. It's like you're trying to make amends with someone. Um, Five of Wands reverse. You're trying to make amends with someone. Oh shit. Okay, we got a lot of cards here. You got Queen of Swords again in reverse. Overly emotional, easily influenced. So that's why I say you're kind of unsure about a decision that you made. Because you have to break away from something. You want to make amends, but it's saying that you're going to break away from them. It's like you... So Five of Wands, you want to make amends. But it's like you're unsure mentally. You don't have that mental clarity. It's because, oh, I read this wrong. I was reading this as a Hierophant. But this is the Emperor reverse. So your masculine energy is imbalanced. And this is you. This is confirmation that this is you. We got a lot of reversals. Six of Wands. Six of Cups reverse. So it's like you want to make amends with someone and you feel like, but it's like you not, do you want to make amends with someone for the right reasons? Because your masculine energy is imbalanced, whether you're male or female. If you are a feminine and you have to be more masculine than you usually would be, that's your masculine imbalance. If you are a man and you're not being masculine enough, okay, and that's not saying that you need to be more forceful or exactly be like the negative traits of toxic masculinity. That's what I'm saying. But you're not in your masculine power enough. And it's like whatever it is, it's got you stuck because you're stuck in the past. So you want to make amends, but it's like you're stuck in the past, and that's why you can't make a decision. And it has you imbalance. It has your masculine and feminine energy unbalanced. Do do do. What's the advice on this situation? What's the advice on this situation? Justice. Just finally make a decision. Okay. Um, how will we know who this is? How will Aries and Venus know who this is? Oh, shit. The person who is kind of like in and out of your life, the hermit sideways. That's why I say in and out. Maybe because they are emotionally too, could be a Virgo, they are emotionally too unstable that they can't really connect with you um, from your point of view. So it's like you need to make a decision on this person, the person that's kind of like in and out. I'm not gonna say breadcrumb, but I'm gonna say the person who's kind of in and out. Some people, when they go through a lot, they take a pause on everything, and that could include a person that they're romantic with, and they won't exactly communicate that properly. But this is giving me that this person does that a lot. Um. Okay, let's do. Um. Let's just say, how will this situation work out in the end? Positive energy only from the universe for Aries and Venus. How will the situation work out in the end? How will the decision work out in the end? I think you're gonna be focused on your money more so. Got King of Pentacles. It says enterprise. The master of material success makes wise investments. He turns plans into profit. So while this person is going into hermit mode, you're gonna be focused on your money, and maybe they could be focused on their money. Is this person gonna come around? It's just confusion. So they might come around, but they're still gonna do the same thing. When inner guidance feels blocked, it's easy to lose touch with your spiritual center. So they're still gonna be leaving you confused between now and March. Just that's all I can say. I can't keep shuffling it to get a positive outcome. All right. Anything else? Aries and Venus needs to know. 13 minutes. Anything else Aries and Venus needs to know? Okay, not today. So whether it's with I'm gonna say with this person, it's just today's not the day. So if you feel like texting them, don't do it. Pain, you might be feeling some pain over this person, which is why you're kind of why there's like a lot of confusion. And photo, feeling nostalgic once again. So what I would say is focus on your money. They're gonna be leaving you in confusion for the next month or two. There's this saying like if anyone, the only person who leaves you in confusion is the devil or something like that. So um, that's easier said than done. It's easier to say like, oh, if this person is confusing to you, step away from that person, leave them alone. Um, but I know from personal experience that it's easier said than done than to just cut someone off that we actually feel in tune to or connected to. It's easy to cut off what we don't care about, or maybe we do care, but we don't feel like the connection. So when we don't feel the connection, we know it's for the best. But when we feel the connection, no matter how much they hermit on you, uh, holy sh! Ooh, I'm fucking up. I'm fucking up. 'Cause, I gotta be careful with that. Sorry, I had a blonde moment. No offense to the blondes, but I had a little blonde moment. Another blonde moment. Another blonde moment, but I think I fixed it. Oh god. What happens when you have two decks that look exactly alike? I'm so sorry. But that should be fixed. Worst case scenario, I just combine the decks and call it a day. I know some people do that. Worst case scenario. But yeah, just shuffling here. So that's it for Aries. We're gonna move to Taurus, Venus sign. Okay. Oh, I put 16. I'll put 16, 20. All right, so Taurus, Venus sign. Let's go ahead for it. All right, so Venus in Taurus. Venus in Taurus, positive energy only. Venus in Taurus, positive energy only. What do you have for Venus in Taurus? Venus in Taurus, what do you have? What do you have? What do you have? What do you have? The moon. So maybe you're trying to find out some information. You feel like something's hidden from you. King of Cups. I'm sorry, Knight of Cups. Maybe there's someone emotionally you had to pull away from because of the secrets. That happens a lot. And Knight of Swords. And you have to do this very swiftly. Queen of Pentacles. Why I gotta like someone's hiding money from you? Queen of Swords, most popular card today. Lack of mental clarity there. And Three of Pentacles. Someone doesn't want to collaborate with you anymore. Wow. And I shuffled, so this is weird for it's kind of like same for a little bit same for Aries, but it's a little different. Okay. And then Page of Cups in the upright, but you're getting something out of it. Okay, so someone is hiding some secrets from you, or you found out. I think someone's hiding some money from you, and so it's had you pull back emotionally, and now you have you're like you don't have mental clarity on what you want to do next. Well, actually, yeah, it's like you don't have mental clarity, but you're taking the action to pull away. You taking the action to pull away. It's like you break up with somebody, but you're still thinking about it. You still want to know if this was for the best. And it's like you don't want to collaborate with them anymore. And it's kind of like you doing that, you know that there's more coming. There's more that's coming that's better. I feel like I could have said that better. Okay, let's clarify. Let's clarify. Let's clarify. Positive energy only from the universe. Conflict, muse, and forbidden. So you could be in conflict with someone that you really desire, but it's like this person is not good for you, whether forbidden. Forbidden why? Okay, forbidden because you think that people won't approve, or forbidden because you know it's not good for you. So that's something for you to think about. How will they know who this is? So this is the love part. We're gonna do money after. How do you know who this is on forbidden? Who's the forbidden person? Or what's forbidden? Clarify on forbidden. clarify. The Empress. Someone who has their own life. Okay. The first thing I came up was someone who's pregnant. They don't have to be pregnant, but someone that has their own life and someone that doesn't belong to you. Listen, how we know who this is. Okay. Why don't they belong to Taurus? Well, because they have their own life, but what else can we? Because this is gonna end well. This is not gonna end well. Emotional loss. Is this someone that you spun around the block? Like y'all, it's like an ex, and now they're with somebody else. Male or female? Female, they could be pregnant. Male, they already have someone who is pregnant, and you already know that it's not going to end well. Jesus, this is deep. What's the advice? What's the advice? What's the advice? Sorry. What's the advice? Take it for what it is. This was a missed opportunity. Don't try to make the puzzle pieces fit and they don't fit. Let everyone live their own life, and I think you should be removing yourself out the situation. All right, let's move on to your money. Let's move on to your money. Your money. Okay, what is the money going to be looking like for Taurus? So I think it has potential. 10 of Pentacles to be really good, but it came sideways. I think this is clouding your judgment. So if while you're focused on the person that you're not even supposed to be with, you are sort of not focusing on your money. So I think it's kind of connected is to, because you're going to lose your abundance. I think the point is to back it up and start focusing on your money and understand like this is going to have a chain of events. This person is not going to be good for you, and it's not going to end well for you emotionally with that 10 of Swords. Yeah. But yeah, in order to get this in the upright, you got to do better. How can Taurus focus on their money? How can Taurus Venus focus on their money? Okay. I'm sorry, you got like this same card. 10 of Swords again. A painful ending to a relationship or situation feels devastating, but there is hope renewal. So move on and focus on your money is what that says to me. You can take that how you want, but you got 10 10 10. Congratulations. An ending. Okay, 10 10 ending. Ending of a cycle. So you got this. Alrighty. Final messages for Taurus Venus. 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 Okay, look in the mirror. Leave any narcissist tendencies or people behind and embark on a new journey. Okay, you'll see, like you saw that ending for the 10 of 10s, 10 10 10 10. It's time for a new journey. Okay, maybe you're addicted to this person. Grow up. Okay, I understand, it happens, but you holding on to memories. Let go. Let live and let go. I don't know if I ever been addicted to a person. Yikes. I don't think I've ever been addicted to a person and I let anyone know. Maybe my sister, because I tell her everything. I tell my sister everything. But she's trustworthy. Okay, don't tell someone everything and they're not trustworthy. I'd be surprised when people say they don't have like good relationships with their siblings. I feel like after a certain age, like it's time to come together. Okay. But yeah, don't let anyone rule you to be addicted. Honestly, I know Taurus is known for being like obsessive and not obsessive, sorry, possessive. There's a difference a little bit. Venus and Scorpio is known for obsession. I'm trying to shuffle. Venus and Scorpio, which is me, is known for being obsessive, but Taurus is known for being possessive. They like to own their things, whereas Venus and Scorpio is more like they like to own your soul. It's just as bad, I guess. It's probably just as bad, but the good thing about Taurus and Venus is Taurus belongs to Venus. The messed up part about Scorpio and Venus is Scorpio does not belong to Venus in the worst way. So that's why Scorpio and Venus get a lot of strife. But I think that's good for you, that you are kind of like in your own sign. It's good for Libras too, Libra and Venus. Definitely a good combo. Definitely a good combo. I'm a Libra sun. But like you can kind of like in a way mesh. So I might be a Libra sun and Venus and Scorpio, but the intensity is there, but I might be able to hide it better with smiles and charm. You know, if that makes sense. Positive energy only. Just doing a shuffle here for Gemini. 36. Venus and Gemini. Venus and Gemini. Positive energy only. And let's do it right here. Venus and Gemini. Positive energy only for Venus and Gemini. So happiness is flowing. Sun card, 7 of Cups. You're gonna have to make a choice, but I think that it's looking good. Whatever decision you're gonna have to make, like it's not even a choice. You got options. So is this for love? You got options in love. 5 of Swords. You feeling victorious? In reverse, 5 of Swords reverse. You feeling victorious about something? 7 of Wands, you had to put up some boundaries. Maybe that's why you're feeling victorious. Ace of Pentacles, you're getting everything you want. 9 of Pentacles, back it up. The world is your oyster. You just gotta grab the fruit. You see the fruit there? You just gotta grab it. But here we got the lovers in reverse. Now, lovers in reverse kind of means a choice. I feel like combined, the money is good, the love is good, the money is good, but it's like you don't know which love you want. I don't think you have to choose between. I'm not getting you have to choose between money and love. I think the love is good, the money is good. I could be wrong. Let's clarify. Let's see. I think the money is good, but maybe you're just not sure who to choose. Like you're between people. You could be between jobs. But you're just not sure who to choose. Positive energy only. Family. Okay. Justice. Sneaky. And ascending. Like I said, abundance is yours. You got this. Um. Okay, maybe you having some family issues or some legal matters, Gemini. Okay. Um. And you feel like someone's sneaky. Okay. Hmm. So what I'm getting is like you. I don't know. The world is your oyster. What's going on? Um. Clarify the sneaky person. How do we know who this is? Are you? How do we know who this is? Fake profile hiding from you. So I think everything is good on the outside. I think the money is good, but it's like the person that you're focused on. I think you even have options, but the person that you're focused on, you worry that they have something going on, like they're sneaky. So how do we know who this is for the sneaky person? Mm. I'm weirded out because this came out in reverse. But how will we know like who's the sneaky person? Someone who treated you as an option, maybe? Someone who treated you as an option and is trying to balance you with someone else, but they're not being successful at it, which is why you're suspicious. Okay. So someone who treated you like an option and they're trying to balance you another person, but they're not doing a good job at it, which is why you're suspicious. Um, what's the outcome on this? What's the outcome? Three of Swords in the split. What's the outcome? Am I asking the wrong question? What's the outcome? I think if you continue with this person, they're going to be too much of a burden. Like, you're going to always live in this fear that they're not giving their all to you. I'm not going to say cheating. Maybe you guys aren't exclusive yet, but let's say that this person does pick you. Just playing the lovers in reverse. Let's say this person does pick you out of all the options that they had. You're just going to be like in the back of your mind wondering why they picked you and did they pick you for the right reasons. And it's going to like kind of be a burden on you. Money's looking good though. We said, what's the outcome? We asked who this is. Mm, let's see, will this get better? It's like, will this get better or are you paranoid? Let me see, will this get better? Let's get better after March. So we got the Magician sideways. It's giving what you give is what you get, just a little bit. But I also think that you have options. Maybe it's because you had options, they had options, and you guys just kind of came together. But when you chose this person, you meant it. Like you were good. You thought this person would make you happy. Explain the sun card. Um, you definitely are a person with boundaries. That could have attracted them to you. And you're a person of abundance, and you feel like the world is your oyster. So you're definitely like kind of confident, but it's like they still, even though you guys maybe came together and said, okay, we're done, we're not gonna keep our options open. It's like they still are, and it's like you might turn around and say, okay, if you're keeping your options open, I'm gonna keep my options open, and in the way, everything's gonna fall apart anyway. Which is why I think you got this 10 of wands. I think in the end, you're gonna be exhausted. It's gonna feel like a burden, and you're gonna break away anyway. So you're kind of wasting your time as well. Oh, any more messages for Gemini? Positive energy only. Gemini, Venus. Any more messages? But money's looking good. Stay focused on your money. Stay focused. I don't think did anyone get a good love reading yet? I'm excited. I love good love readings. Um, Not enough. Missing confidence, self sabotage, ego, and frustrations. I think that's that person. Or maybe, okay, I'm just going to say it because it came to my head. Like, everything is good here, okay? But then we got the sneaky card. Are you just paranoid? Okay. And maybe that's what's bringing on the burden. I think I think this person is definitely, I don't think you guys are together yet. I'm going to be honest. I think this person is has more options. I think this person is juggling you, but it's also not given that you guys are together. Hmm. I think this isn't. I think you think this person is going to be your end all be all, but they're not. And this is not enough. Maybe you know that this person isn't enough. Okay, let me see. That's just the only thing. Okay, lightning. So you're gonna go through a quick transformation and pain. So I think that's the storyline. Is what happened is you had options. You chose this person had options. They chose you, but they kept their options open. And it's like maybe you built a family with this person. You built your life up. Maybe you got married with the legal matters, but you're about to transform and you're about to break away from this person because you can't, like, this um connection is too exhausting. This partnership, this relationship, whatever it is too exhausting, and you're about to walk away from it. So sorry that we had to go through all that to come to that conclusion that you are going to decide to break away from this person or leave this person. Okay. Hope it works out well. Keep saying I've been through that where you realize that, like, you want to be committed to this person. That kind of actually happened to me. I was married. I had options, and then I settled for someone, and keyword settled. But I really thought that, like, I thought they were my end all be all, and then 10 years after meeting them, we basically like divorced. But I think it was more so because they had a lot of issues, and I tried to hang in there, but it was burdensome in the end because I don't think that I was their cup of tea. I don't think that they were attracted to women in the first place, which is fine. You can just let me know and we can be best friends. But no, they decided not to tell me and be best friends with me. But I still have love for them, always wishing them the best. Is the thing about Venus and Scorpio, you always going to love that person, you're always going to want the best for them. And I just want the best for everybody. Because I think deep down we can see the good in people. We're not too worried about how they present themselves to the world because we know what we can see. Um, and that's what people are attracted to us. But you know, we can't save everybody. Is the issue. So it's like we're willing to help you and be there for you, but if you don't want our help, there's not much that we can do. But like I said, I wish I could be there for him through everything, whether he finds me attractive or not. But here we go to Cancer. I'm gonna change it to 4132. Okay, so Cancer, Venus sign. What do we have for it? These cards are all over the place. As in, like, I like to have them all front facing, but they are not. They're just like mixed in. I don't know if that's good or bad. Alright, positive energy only for Cancer Venus. Ooh, right out the gate, Temperance. Water. Okay. So water energy already arrived. So you're working on establishing some patience in your life. Maybe trying to build a routine or recalibrate something that was out of balance. 2, that was out of balance. And then this pops up, something's out of balance. Positive energy only, Cancer Venus. What's going on? Hopefully the money is not out of balance. Hopefully the money's not out of balance. Come on. Not the money, not the money. Alright. Your intuition. What's going on? Queen of Cups. Someone's got you emotionally numb. You're coming out of a divorce or a contract. I'm gonna say divorce or breakup. That was very serious. I'm not talking about a little itty bitty breakup. Page of Swords reverse. But it's like you're worried about the effect on your mental health. King of Wands. Because you're kind of stuck. Maybe a motivation, which is normal after divorce. Or a breakup. So, if it's not about a breakup, then this isn't your reading. But we can go ahead and clarify. Who is this? I hope you know who you broke up from. Someone who had options. Someone that when you broke away from them, it also included a community. Could be tennis group, could be book club, could be the military, could be their family that you had to break away from. Oh, Cancer too. Cancer energy. Could have been a Virgo. Okay, and let's clarify. how is like, well, we kind of already know it's about love, but like, let's get a little bit more on what's going on. Let's get some more tea. Let's get some more tea. I normally don't say that. I don't know what people my generation used to say. I just go, do you want to gossip? I'm pretty straightforward. You want to gossip? Children, so maybe there's some children in the situation. That's why I said divorce. Um, or someone's immature, but maybe you divorced because they were immature. Positive energy only. Blind. So someone was hiding something from you, and maybe you kind of always knew it in your gut, but you didn't trust your intuition. Ah, there we go. Your intuition's imbalanced. So someone was hiding something from you. You guys might have kids together, and there was a lot of conflicts or arguments or disagreements. Okay. But you're ready to embark on a new journey. Let me see. What is there any new? Could be an Aries coming up in your life. Any new love coming up? Gonna be like self love. I stopped reading for myself because the answer was self love. Any new love coming up after my divorce? Any new love coming up? Any new love coming up? Any new love? I'm switching decks. Let me see. Any new love coming up? Any new love? Any new love? Ugh. No, I think you're gonna be stuck on this divorce. I don't think you're ready for new love. I think if there's children involved, then I think if there's children involved, it's gonna be a long process. I think you definitely. I don't think you're ready to let go anyway. Hmm. Maybe that's why your intuition is imbalanced, and you feeling stuck. I don't think you're ready to let go. What is this? Cancer, very Cancer of you. Just true. Let's look at the money. Actually, get some advice. Let's get some advice. And then we'll look at the money. Positive energy only. What's the advice for Cancer? Positive energy only. What's the advice for Cancer? Advice for Cancer. That is too many cards. Positive energy only. What is the advice for Cancer? One card, please. Thank you. The Emperor. The Emperor. The Emperor. Okay, so that says to me, balance your masculine energy. Maybe you have a reason why you need to tap into your masculine energy. Maybe when you're going through this divorce, you're gonna have to learn to find your voice and be to go after what you want. If you're feminine, you might have to bring out the claws. If you're masculine and you never really had a backbone, you might have to get one. Do things properly. That's for both masculine and feminine. Like, get a lawyer. Make sure everything's written down. Make sure everything's done properly. So the divine masculine protects and provides. He embodies wisdom, order, and service to others. So if you need to protect or provide, whether it's for your children or your way of life, that's when we're supposed to bring out that masculine energy. That's when it's not toxic masculinity, but it's a masculinity that's useful to us. It's like, um, I'm sorry, the example I got right now is like Power Rangers. It's like you gotta turn on that power mode for what you want, and sometimes we have to bring out the Emperor. Um, so it's gonna be rough, and there's no new love coming because you're gonna be stuck on this. and you're gonna have to bring about your masculine energy. Um, what's the money looking like? What's the money looking like for Cancer Venus? What's the money looking like for Cancer Venus? You're gonna have some clarity on what direction you want to go in on this on the divorce, as far as how you're gonna get financial stability. So even though you're kind of stuck on this person, or the conflict or the past, you're gonna be making money moves. You're gonna get clarity on how to make money moves. Maybe if you're a housewife and you never really worked recently, you're gonna figure out how to make some income. Okay. Any advice on career or money? Any advice on career or money? So if you burn out, there's no, so it's like get some rest. You might not be sleeping at night, but if you might be like, duh, I'm going through all this. But if you are burning yourself out, or burning both ends of the candles, you're not going to be able to get the stability you need to provide, or whatever it is you need to do financially to get the money that you need. So notice that when you need rest, rest, and notice if any opportunities come your way on when to grab them. Okay, so if you're working really hard and then the perfect opportunity comes your way and you're too exhausted to even grab onto it, all your progress is kind of in vain, or everything you did is in vain. So watch out for that. Um, so is the money looking good? Let me see, money looking good. So it's still talking about resting and reach out for support. I think it has the potential to be good and emotional fulfilling, um, for whatever it is that you need. And when I say emotion fulfilling, it's like you might have the opportunity where this job can be emotional fulfilling, um, with this King of Cups. But don't forget that if you have support out there, um, to rely on it. So, for example, you might get a job working overnight, but if you have kids, that's going to be a little hard. So, don't be afraid to ask for help for like daycare. I think that it's telling you that you have people to support you, but it's like in the sideways, because it's like we know um, when we're going through a lot, it's kind of hard to want to ask for help. But it's, to me, it's saying like don't be afraid to ask for help to get the bag. I guess that's what it's saying. Okay, final messages for Cancer Venus. Final messages, 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 Cancer Venus. So I think that once this all clears out, you're gonna have a connection come through. Says union, matrimony, connection to love, eternal love, and devotion. And like I said, once this is all done, because you're getting a new face. Okay. Um. So it says light and heal. So it's like you got to go through all this healing first. Paradise. That's why I said if you need to rest, do things that make you rest. I'm not gonna say blow all your money on vacation, but go ahead and go ahead and do things to rest, so then when the time comes to make your money, you are well rested, if that makes sense. So like I said, don't be burning two ends of the candle, because when the opportunity comes, like for example, say you are running a business, okay, and you have no orders, but you are just running yourself in the ground focusing on things that don't even matter. And then you finally get orders and you're too tired to even fulfill those orders. And then you say, oh, I'm going to work overtime. When you are tired, you are tired. And if you have kids like this thing says you do, then I'm so sorry to you. Okay, and date. And this is rest. I think that also, like, if someone asks you out, say yes. Say yes. Not to a weirdo or anything, disclaimer. If he looks like he's a fucking psychopath, don't say yes. But if someone who seems like a good person, you can vet them, someone vouches for them, go on that date. And I think that love is possible after all this blows over, because you got to heal. And it says that here, you got to heal. All right. That's going to be all for Cancer. Rose was at the bottom. Okay, so beauty. I think abundance is coming your way. I think it was definitely saying you have a lot of potential for abundance, but it's like all about how you reach out and grab it. And divorce is hard. I think that you're kind of stuck on this situation. I'm not gonna say that you guys are gonna reconcile. I think once you make a decision to separate, you made that decision. Sometimes when you're in it, you kind of like take a pause and you're kind of like, oh, maybe we can work this out, or maybe we can reconcile, or it wasn't that bad. I'm not gonna just do fantasy for your reading, but I will say that's cool if you want to reconcile, as long as the situation wasn't like abusive. And I'm talking like physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, verbally, all those abuses, it needed to end anyway. So, but if you felt like it was just something you could work out and for the kids and you really loved each other, then that's possible. I will say that, in my opinion, once you make a decision, you made a decision, and you know why you made the decision. But hey, anything's probably possible with therapy, because I can tell in the cards you're not ready to let that person go. They might not be ready to let you go. So that's, use your discernment. Let's see, what the fuck? Don't let tarot make life decisions for you, but just keep that in mind. And remember when it's important to utilize your masculine energy. That goes for male or female. Remember, like, oh, she's in her masculine. Why is she in her masculine? Why does she feel like she needs to turn on her masculine energy? Okay, and if you're really interested in someone with a lot of masculine energy, maybe ask why. Women mostly have a lot of masculine energy because they're going through a lot, and it doesn't have to be romantic related. People always say, oh, she should have choose better. Life is so full of other things than romance. Could be school. She could be stressing about school. She could be stressing about career path, money, family. Okay. My father has been sick for like a long, long time. Okay. Not a long time, maybe almost a year now. And he's been in my care, and that's really stressful. And sometimes I have to be in my masculine energy. It doesn't have to do with anybody else but me. But, take that into consideration, that masculine energy doesn't have to do with a woman being masculine. Masculine energy is, why does she have to put on that mask? And not a mask as in she's hiding something, but why does she have to put on that Power Ranger mode in her life? And like I said, might not have to do anything with you. Maybe she's a single mom. Single momhood requires masculinity because you are fulfilling a role for a male or a female. And same for males, men. If you are a single father, you are going to have to know when to turn on that feminine energy. But that's another story. We're going to move on to Leo and Venus. Leo and Venus. 10009. Leo and Venus. Positive energy only, Leo and Venus. What we need to know. Positive energy only, Leo and Venus. Oh, the levels. I damn. What is going on? Page of Swords going crazy. Page of Swords. Leo. Okay. So it's kind of came like, eh. I'm gonna say upright. It was like a little like, eh, not really sideways, like, eh. So we're gonna say it's like this. But I would say you either have a choice to make or you have a romantic situation that they don't give you peace of mind. And you are holding on to them very tightly. Maybe for the right reasons. Hmm. Seven of Pentacles reverse. Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups on fire today. Ace of Swords. Confirmation. They don't give you, in reverse, they don't give you mental clarity. You feel like they're up to something or they're sneaky and your intuition is kicking in. They're kind of draining you emotionally. And they're not really adding to the legacy that you felt like you've built. Let's clarify. I don't know if it sounds like I'm rushing, but I'm just moving. It's not like the long single reads to all signs. Which single reads will be coming out in a couple days too. Let's just put all signs for Venus. Gossip. So someone's talking shit and you heard it, and they might be right. Just because someone talks shit doesn't mean that they're wrong. You're seeing 1111 a lot with the intuitions or meanings. Sorry, signs and meanings. So maybe you're seeing 1111 a lot, especially with the intuition going on decision. Normally, when I see this, is like you made a decision, and once you make it, stick to it. But I think you need to make the decision. Excuse me. Let me get one more. Influences. Others involved. Third parties. Right? Okay. So you're getting some gossip that this person has a third party going on. You need to make a decision on whether or not this is true or not. I think your intuition is trying to send you signs. And like I said, this person not giving peace of mind, and you're holding on to them tightly, but you're kind of wondering like, what do they do for you anyway? Because this is emotionally draining, and they're not giving you the mental clarity. You're not getting peace of mind from them. Ooh, some drama there, bottom of the deck. Okay. I already know who this person is. I think everyone always knows who this person is, but people like clarification, which I can understand. If you cannot, maybe you have your options open. I don't know. Let's see. How do I know who this is? How will we know who this is if this is even Leo and Venus read? Because this may not be your read. Oh, 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 oh. Ah. I'm getting someone who jumps from relationship to relationship. Like they were with you and then immediately, like they were with somebody else and then they immediately got with you. Mm. How else? Okay, how else? They might have a lot of money, or they have a lot going for themselves. So it's not a broke person, or it's not someone. Maybe that's why you're having a hard time deciding because they're not broke. They're not a bum. So they jump from relation to relationship, but they do have a lot going for themselves, possibly financially. What's the outcome? I'm trying not to get too many cards. So they're gonna continue to treat you like an option because at this point you are, if you know that they're with somebody else. Okay. Ooh. Bottom of the deck, High Priestess again. So not sleeping at night. I feel like this is somebody you really want. Like you're willing to go the distance with this person. Sorry, trying to make sure my mic is still on. Okay. What's the advice? Because you're the outcome is you're willing to go to the distance, and I don't even think that they notice how much effort you're putting into the relationship because you're still not going to be sleeping at night. Misinformation. Clarity is delayed. Beware of assumptions, miscommunications, or misunderstandings. So talk to this person. You got this twice. It sounds like you need to talk to this person. Sounds like you need to communicate. Um I would just say talk to this person. This person might tell on themselves. Okay, so I can't even say anything more. They might tell on themselves. So talk to them. All right, what's the money looking like? What's the money looking like for Leo? Good. I'm gonna leave it at that. Money's looking good. All right. Money is looking good. Let's not mess up a good thing. Money is looking good. All right. So maybe you're gonna get a promotion, but whatever it is gonna make you happy. So I think advice is communicate with this person, talk to them. You clearly really want this person because you're willing to go the distance for them. Um, but I don't think much is like I have a feeling this person's gonna tell on themselves. So I'm not gonna ask what they're gonna say and all that. But I think you should just commute like the cards are saying talk to them, maybe confront them or because you just listening to gossip or third parties is not gonna help the situation. So I think that's what you need to do. Never hurts to communicate when whenever you say, "Oh, like what are you looking for in a person?" and people are like, "Oh, communication. I'm looking for someone who communicates," and then you yourself are someone who is afraid to communicate. So then it's kind of like in vain. What was the purpose of any of that if you're afraid to communicate? All right, let's go for Virgo. Zero, zero, nothing, 42. Okay, Virgo. Positive energy on there from the universe for Virgo. Venus, Virgo, Venus. Venus and Virgo. What you got coming up? What you got coming up? Virgos in love are hilarious. I saw a meme about it today. It was basically like the world card reverse. So maybe there's gonna be some delays in something that you had your sights set on. Could be travel, but delay either way. You're in a bind. So this delay got your panties in a bunch. Because it's affecting your money. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. No way. The Lovers. Because you're too focused on love. You're not focused on your money. King of Swords reverse. You're not focused. Nine of Swords in the upright. I'm sorry. Nine of Swords reverse. You're not focused on the right things. Queen of Cups, and you're mostly drained by this. So this is like a 2-for-1. So the money is not happening because the love is trash. How do we know who this is? Oh, I want to know one. How do we know who this is? I know. Oh my god. Sorry. So this fell in my lap, and then I happened to turn around, and this was here. So once again, the removal of this person back is gonna look good. It's gonna look good. Someone who's overly emotional, someone who's not giving. Now, overly emotional, someone who is not loving you properly emotionally. So someone, like, for example, say you have a disagreement, and instead of like communicating and like, oh well, this is how I feel or my perspective, they just go guns blazing with the word vomit, with the anger. Okay, that's what I consider overly emotional. Or, you know, could be the total opposite of, but either way, they're not emotionally balanced in communication with you. And that's how we're gonna know who this is. Give me a little bit more. How do we know who this is? I know who this is. I think it's gonna tell you to get rid of them. A con person. Or they say Page of Wands, a player. Con person or player. So they have the gift of gab. Doesn't have to be a player with you, but maybe they're used card salesman or something. Or this is Virgo. That sounds about right, actually. Oh, I'm being naughty. Okay, so Page of Wands, used cards salesperson type of personality, or a player. Okay. All right. What's the outcome? I think you're gonna let this drag on. You're not gonna really make any decisions about them. I think very Virgo. You're gonna hang on to them through the fire, for whatever reason. Very Virgo. Okay. So you're gonna hang on to them no matter what, and then just ask, what's the advice? What's the advice for Virgo Venus? 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 Hmm. Says emotional abundance flows freely, bringing domestic bliss and supportive relationships. Okay, this is what I'm getting from this. I think you need to let this. I don't. I think you in fake it till you make it mode. I think also therapy wouldn't hurt. I think if you want this, definitely gonna have to work on communication. It's gonna have to be a lot of forgiveness going on. Let's say that they're not a player, or let's say that they're a retired player. Let's say that's how we know who they are, and you're willing to see this through. You're not you're not gonna make any judgments on this relationship anytime soon, and you're ready for this to be your end all be all. So therapy wouldn't hurt. Working on communication wouldn't hurt. Um, I would also say give it some space and focus on your money, because I think you're focusing on this and your money is not doing well. So I think once you give this some space, I'm not saying break off the relationship, but give it some space. Let me see. And I think everything will come together. Just as it's falling apart together, it can come back together. So I'm gonna leave it on that one. Positive energy only. Any more for Virgo? Karmic relationship. So doesn't necessarily matter if you're in a karmic relationship or a twin flame. If you do twin flame, but think about what you could be learning from this relationship. If it's a karmic relationship, think about what lessons you could be learning, or have, like, sometimes when you get deja vu, it's like deja vu. What do I do? You've been here before. You've been here before in this moment, and this is your time to think what you could do differently. So let's say this person is overly emotional and they're guns blazing at you. You don't go guns blazing back. You calm it down. You make sure that everyone is in line of what mutual like the basics of mutual communication, like let that chill, and then we come together and we say, what is the basics of communication mean to you and to me, and then we don't argue, and then maybe that. But it's giving therapy vibes, but let's keep going. And because it's not saying let go of this person or you won't let go, and I'm thinking that 10 of cups is possible, but it's given it's not gonna come easy. So 10 of cups, please. I mean, okay, time. Give it time, and there's gonna be pain. Okay, this is card of the read. I've only seen this card. I have this card for almost. I have these cards almost a year, and this is the first time I'm seeing this card repeatedly, repeatedly. Virgo's gonna hate that I mispronounced that. Um, and for the first time, I've never seen this card so many times. This is the first time I've even seen that card. All right, and I've been shuffling. Okay, so anywho, time. There's gonna be pain, maybe even separation for a while, but I think you guys will work it out and come back together. But it's gonna take time, or maybe that's what happened. Y'all already separated, but if you want to reconcile, it's possible. That's the first reconcile that I got, all the way to Virgo. First reconcile that I got. If you want to reconcile, I think it's possible, but it's not gonna be easy. And it's like you need to make a game plan on what are the steps it's gonna take to get to that point. So if therapy is the game plan, or if working on communication styles is the game plan, that's something you're gonna have to talk to and communicate with them. And I think that's it. It's like people always want someone who communicates, but doesn't know how. So, or no, someone always wants someone who communicates, but no, doesn't know how, won't take that steps. You can't have someone who, you can't be like, oh, I want someone who communicates, and you're not willing to take that step to communicate as well. And remember, communication includes active listening. Okay, I know Virgos always think that they're right and stuff, but remember that it requires active listening. And one way that Virgos learn their lessons is through distance, through being outcasted. I'm so serious. You guys are gonna hate me for that. But by being outcasted, you guys start to realize all that glitters isn't gold when it comes to what you said. Okay, so remember that. And when I say remember that, I don't mean it in a rude way. I mean, like, think about I don't want to, I hate take respect to get respect, but it's kind of on that mode. Because even if you're right, you don't have to be mean, okay? And Virgos definitely have a mean streak. Not all. If we're talking to healed Virgos, you're good. But for the unhealed Virgos, and this could be like your journey to healing, okay? So don't take it negatively. This could be your journey to healing. All right, Libra. 1, 2, 2, 5, 5. Libra. Okay, let's get started. Venus sign for Libra. Positive energy only. Venus sign for Libra. Positive energy only. Venus sign for Libra. I'm hoping, I'm kind of not rushing, but I'm just hoping that I have enough storage, because I go crazy with the storage. Okay, 8 of Pentacles. You're really mastering at something. Knight of Cups. It's kind of like a imbalance of emotions. Interesting with that 8 of Pentacles. And 7 of Pentacles. What is going on? It's like you're working really hard at something, but if you're not being emotionally fulfilled, you start like not deteriorating, but you start instantly going into reflection mode on like, okay, this ain't working out. How can I do better? Instantly. Five is a cup reverse because you're not ready to walk away from it. 4 of Wands. The marriage card. In the upright. 2 of Wands reverse. It's like you're being stagnant in your movements. Because you're not ready for it. You're not ready for a new chapter in your life. Yeah, you're just not ready. Hmm. But knight, this is all over the place. Knight of Swords. What is going on? So what I'm getting is like you're working on mastering your abundance. We'll just say your abundance. But it's like once if you feel like you're not getting the emotional fulfillment that you need to get, you start contemplating like is this the right path? And what I'm seeing here is like you took because you're working so hard on your abundance. Could be school, could be work. Um, it's like you put love on the back burner. So what I'm seeing here is you do want marriage and things, but you're not ready for that because you want to get that career off the ground. And honestly, that's all anyone could say. It's like you're moving in life and everything's on the back burner until this career comes off the ground. I'm gonna ask what's the advice because it's like the money is looking good or it's going to look good, and then it's like you don't really care about love right now. And I don't want to be like, oh, okay. I don't want to try to deter you from that. But hey, let's get it. What's the advice? Uh, hmm. What I'm saying is keep focusing on yourself, but I think it's okay to balance a relationship. I think what you're doing is I think you're so focused on your money that you're not getting out there. Let me see. You're not putting yourself out there, which is I think it's okay, but let's see is there anything worth putting yourself out there? Libra Venus. Anything worth putting yourself out there? You get any new love for Libra Venus? Yes, I think so. Knight of Pentacles upright. But it's giving like you don't I think you're gonna meet someone through work. So that's gonna be the most interesting. Is like you're so focused on work right now that it's kind of you're not like you put love on the back burner and you're sort of like kind of imbalanced in that way where you're not ready to receive anybody, but it's like the universe is just gonna throw someone at you and they're gonna be like, okay, since you're not opening your eyes or putting yourself out there, it's gonna be a work person. Hmm. Okay. How will they know who this is? The new person. How do they know who this is? Besides that, some of you guys at work. They might have kids. Empress upright, but someone who's not broke. Um, if it's a woman, she's very feminine. If it's a masculine, he might have daughters and he's in tune with his feminine energy. So he doesn't have masculine toxicity vibes. He also, when men aren't uh, toxic masculine, they know the roles of masculine and feminine energy. So if you start to recognize who this is, uh, you can be open to them, but don't turn around and chase them. Let them come to you because they have what it takes to do that. Oh, what's the other thing? How you know who this is? So they're gonna be at work and they're gonna be someone who's not broke, and they're going to be someone who is in touch with their feminine energy. Like I said, they could have daughters, or maybe they're just really close with their mom, and they know the roles of um, like asking a woman out. They're not going to expect you to ask them out. What's the outcome on this connection? What's the outcome? Oh God, what's the outcome on this connection? What's the outcome on this connection? Mm. So what I'm getting from this is like one of you, like if the relationship is successful or not successful, you're going to, I'm sorry, Three of Pentacles reverse. Someone's going to have to leave the workplace. So if it is successful, probably going to leave the workplace because you guys can continue to be romantic there. But don't let that discourage you. And I say that because um, it could be for the best for you or for them. So you might get promoted, a promotion at a different company. So maybe you've been like trying to like uh, move up like to a manager position, but you've had to outsource yourself to a different company versus staying at your company. So maybe that's what this is, the Seven of Pentacles. You've been mastering yourself. It's like, damn, maybe you know like you deserve better at a different company, and you start dating this guy because you're gonna be leaving anyway, or the opposite. They might be leaving anyway, but I think it's you. I think it's you who knows that you want to leave the company for better. Um, but that's no problem. All right, so that was a pretty good read. I'll do final messages for Venus in Libra, and that was kind of like the money comes together. A couple of these reads, not all of them, but a couple of these reads, if the money comes together, then the um the love kind of comes together, or once the love comes together, then the money comes together. Okay. Final messages for Venus Libra. Final messages for Venus Libra. Just kidding. Oh, love and new phase. So I think this is good. I think it's coming around the corner. I think you're really focused on yourself and you focus on work and stuff, but I think this is going to be a new phase in love, and I think it's going to be good for you no matter the outcome. Like I said, whether it works out or doesn't, you're going to still be moving on to bigger and better things. And we're going to do Scorpio. Okay, positive energy only. Venus sign for Scorpio. Venus sign for Scorpio. Venus sign for Scorpio. Venus sign for Scorpio. Three of Cups. Joining a new community. Joining a new job. Joining a family. Oh, shit. Took a turn. It was looking good. There's an imbalance in your intuition. Maybe you feel like somebody's doing something behind your back. But you already forgave this person. Okay. Um, yeah, you're in alignment now. Seven of Cups reverse. Money's not looking good. King of Cups. Maybe this person stole from you. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. This is not looking good. Scorpio. It's me. Venus and Scorpio. Knight of Pentacles reverse. This makes sense a little bit, but I'm not going to try to pertain it to me. I'm just going to read the cards. Okay. Three of Cups upright. Okay, so you kind of maybe found your community. And you're kind of coming out of something where you feel like maybe someone stabbed you in the back. But either way, you've forgiven them. If this was like a romantic relationship, then you had to leave the family and the friends behind. You know. But it's like you're coming into alignment anyway. It's like you're coming into alignment. I'm gonna say King of Pentacles because maybe you were at a point where your money was not looking good, and maybe you still have that. It's like you're rebuilding. Okay, so started from the bottom. You're starting from the bottom, and Wheel of Fortune. It's like because the karmic cycle. I won't say it's on pause, but a karmic cycle wasn't able to be completed. Okay, or a karmic cycle will be completed because you already forgave such and such for even putting you in a third party. So you were in a third party, you already forgave them. And maybe you're still thinking about that person, the person that you had to forgive. Um, because it's in reverse here. Okay. Let's get some clarification. Let's see. Okay. Sorry, I checked something. Positive energy only. Ooh, that is too many cards. How many cards is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I normally do 4, but 6 is okay. Obsession. Oh shit. Extreme. Illuminate. Dismiss. Jealous. Loud. And terms. Okay, so holding on, clinging, can't let go. Harshness, cutting up. That is so it for. Why is it so? Hold on. Ah, 1%. Okay. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Sorry I had to put on a charger. I'm just gonna take this out. But we're gonna finish this read, y'all. Turn that off. We're gonna finish this read. It's gonna be a strange angle. I don't like this angle. But we gotta do it because we are on 1%. Okay. Yes. Okay. Oh my god, my face looks big. Okay. Sorry, I'm being Okay, very Venus and Scorpio. The terms: working out, begging, negotiating, jealous, dismiss, extreme, cutting off. So maybe you had to cut someone off that was obsessed with you. Someone's obsessed with you. Revealing the truth. Okay. I'm just gonna say it's not my read, but it's giving very Venus and Scorpio. So what I got is someone could be very obsessed with you. And it's like you had to cut them off even though they're obsessed with you and you like that. For whatever reason, you had to cut them off. You had to dismiss them. But everything's about to be illuminated. They could be jealous of you. And they tried to do things on their terms, but it didn't work out. And it's like, you might be in this cycle because you've done this before. So what I'm saying is Scorpio Venus can be very attracted to dark people or people with dark tendencies, which is why you could be attracted to someone who's obsessed with you. But it's like you are you were a part of this community. You had to walk away for a betrayal. You already forgave them. You're in alignment, and it's like maybe there was like a pause on the money, or you had to build yourself back up. But it's like it's like I think you're in the process of repeating this cycle again. We're gonna meet someone, and they're going to be like, you're just dating the same person over and over and over again, is what I'm getting. That's why this is like this. You're stuck in the same cycle of dating the same type of person. How will you know who this is? Keep this info. How will you know who this is? And on the split. Okay. How will you know this? Sorry if the audio is weird. I can't wear my headphones and charge the phone at the same time. I wish I had like a split. I don't think it has a split connect. But if it did, then maybe I could get away with it. It doesn't. Figure it out. Positive energy only. So sorry if this audio is trash. How do I know who this is? How do I know who this is? How do I know who this is? Someone you keep repeating the same cycle with. Someone who Mercury. I'm gonna say someone who illuminates power. Okay? Someone who seems like that guy. Like you always attract that kind of person. Can you give me more on how they know who this is? And girl. Could be like that girl, that guy. Someone who's always on top of their game. Someone everybody wants them for whatever reason. Okay? Now remember, when everybody wants them, but everybody wants what's on the surface. Okay? Doesn't mean that they know what's on the inside. Maybe they could have went through a breakup. Okay? Hangman. And I say that because it's pause, surrender, letting go, new perspective, viewing things. A lot of people do that when they go through a breakup. Or had to break up with somebody. Someone who might make you an option. Someone who, I don't know, gives you inner child vibes. Which is possible because Venus and Scorpio are a little bit of psychic, and they can see the inner child and doesn't and can see the person underneath what the world has molded them. What's gonna be the outcome? And that was more like your money's not looking good. Look, yeah, what's the outcome? And then we're gonna ask about your money. What's the outcome on this situation? What's the outcome? I think that this person's not good for you. There's still gonna be more secrets, more backstabbing. Like, it's the same person. It's the same. Like, you just keep dating the carbon copy of the same person and expecting a different result. How can Scorpio get their money up? Scorpio Venus get their money up. Can Scorpio Venus get their money up? By being aware, situational awareness. And pushing through. So you got Ace of Wands reverse, because I don't think you have any clarity right now, and it says Eight of Swords reverse, deception, manipulation. I'll talk. So I think it's about pushing through and having situational awareness. Don't put your eggs in a basket that's not even gonna be worth it for you. And that's by don't let anyone convince you to make bad investments. If you have the capacity, don't rush. For example, I'll give you an example. I'm in between choosing a job from two major companies in my field. One, I'll be closer to home, but I will be making less money overall. Two, I could make way more money, but I will be away from home. And when you're away from home, you do accumulate more, I want to say purchases, but purchase is not the right word I'm trying to look for. I'm getting tired. Accumulate more, why can't I think of the word? Okay, forget it. You accumulate more purchases. So you end up, you might, have to eat out more because you're away from home. So if you're staying in a hotel, you're gonna cook. You're not gonna cook. You're gonna order food. You might go out with friends. You're gonna be at the bar more. That word it's not purchases, but I don't know why purchases stuck in my head. So maybe you need to work on your spending. Watch your spending. I hate that when people say that. Watch your spending, but maybe that's too. So that's what I mean by don't rush into and have situational awareness, whether it's for your financial situation or for your family situation. If you have kids, you might not want to pick that situation, the situation that's far away from home, even though you're making more money, because you might even spend more paying for daycare than just being closer to home and still making the same amount of money. So you think you're making more money, but when it comes down to it, purchases, it's not purchases. But when it comes down to it, you think you're making more money. But you're not. I have to look this up. That's still not helping. Okay. I'm gonna think of the word later. Then I just keep thinking charges. Okay. There we go. What's the advice? I think that should be the advice, but let's get some. Oops. What's the advice? Let's see. Advice. At least you can see me shuffle better here. Unfulfilled. Achievements are hollow without deeper meaning. Overindulgence leads to emptiness. Okay? So, hey, I think whatever it is, have situational awareness when it comes to the money. If you can keep it close to home so you don't, you know, develop a lot of unnecessary purchases, then great. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. Let me see. We're going to go to, and sorry, I have my rain sounds in the back. 0150 56. Okay, Sag. Alright, so hey Sag, we're doing Venus signs. I'm going to do a quick shuffle here. I'm going to do a little shuffle. Remember, this is Venus signs. You can do, if you don't, you can do Astro Seek if you don't know your Venus signs. Also do more research. I'm not really the best person to do a series on what this means for Venus signs. I mean, I could tell you like what it means to me, which I did at the beginning of the video, and etc. But I mean, if you have like a deep understanding, you know, go ahead and there's lots of videos on YouTube. Really good ones, and just pick one that speaks to you, you know. Because if I tell you someone I like, you might not be into them, but you never know. So once again, I'm doing some shuffling here for Venus and Sag. I'm trying to think how many Sag I am. I feel like I know a couple. And I only do like maybe one or two. Sag? Yeah, maybe one or two Sag. Definitely a Pisces. Yeah, I like Pisces. Who else do I like? This is okay. Definitely attracted to. Sorry. No. Okay. Positive energy only for Sag Venus. Positive energy only for Sag Venus. 8 of Wands. Okay. So career looking good, and it's moving good. It's like you're really working really hard, and you like your hard work is moving in the right direction that you want it to. Positive energy only for. What did I talk too soon? Oh, good. Okay. And I think you're where you want to be in life because you're feeling like you mentally like know that you're headed in a good direction. 6 of Pentacles. I might be feeling like a little stingy though. 10 of Swords. Feeling exhausted. Maybe even beaten down by the daily grind. And you're no longer willing to make because I feel like you're where you are, you're no longer willing to make new investments. Okay, but money is looking good, so I don't know, I guess why not. You also might not be able to willing to help out people who are asking you for money because you feel like maybe you already learned your lesson on that. So to me, this says money is looking good. It's showing that you're being a little stingy, but that's kind of like not my business. Maybe if someone really needs it, you know, think about maybe people who have helped you in the past. But I'm not really going to touch down on that besides money's looking good. What's love looking like? So someone wants to come out and make you an offer, but it is on the small side. But maybe they make you laugh. You're getting a little bit of emotional fulfillment. I would know who this is. I know who this is. Oh, someone who's confident. King Dingaling.
queen dingling if it's a girl. Very independent. That's for life. Adventurous. But they could have been coming out of a bad relationship, so they might not be looking at relationships positively. Could be putting you in like a situationship because they're not ready for commitment. Let's do positive energy only. What's the outcome? I think the lack of confidence in this relationship is what's really going to be the issue. What's the advice? Pretty straightforward. Money's looking good. The relationship, I think you're with someone who lacks confidence, and I think that's kind of going to be the issue moving forward. What's the advice? That's why I said it's a small offer. It could be a situationship. What's the advice on this situationship for Sag? Just very unlike Sages. But alright. What's the advice? Rejuvenation. Hope is renewed after a period of adversity. The future is bright with new possibilities. Stubbornness. You may be stuck in a pattern of repeating mistakes or failing and apply earned lessons. So we had that star card with the rejuvenation and the 9 of Wands reverse for stubbornness, stuck in a pattern. So maybe you've done this before where you are like you're open to situationships because you yourself are not ready for commitment. I think you're gonna end up catching feelings. What's the final messages? Money's good. I think you're in the same cycle for a situationship, so definitely work on that. Yep, work on yourself. This is like a self-love reading. And then I think once you do that, you can have the love you want. But I don't know, it also says self-love too. Party. So I think you should be going out, spending time with friends. Not today. Yeah, I don't think this situationship is going anywhere. I think y'all might have been doing this for a while because you're feeling nostalgic, but definitely let that go and move on. Work on your self-love. That's what I'm getting out of that. And there we go for Sag. Moving on to Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn. Positive energy from the universe only. Let's get this party started. We're doing Venus signs. AstroSeek, really good website. Could put it in the but Venus signs, y'all. Venus placements. For Capricorn, positive energy only. What we got? Ooh, 10 of Cups. End all be all, you had to forgive first though. You had to forgive somebody. And you might marry this person. Now this is not the marriage card. Sorry, but it's close. It's pretty close. Like this person really wants to collaborate with you. Like this person really wants to be with you. And like, I don't know. In the picture you got this guy. If you look at, I don't know what this guy be doing. But like a woman holding a baby. And a man and they're in front of this dude. I don't know what he doing. I don't know if he's preaching or whatever. I gotta look up this card because I'm not sure what it's about. I mean, I know what the card is about, but this picture. But it looks like someone wants to marry you. So that's maybe why we didn't see the marriage card, because somebody wants to marry you. Okay, Queen of Swords, 6 of Cups, 7 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles. You getting what you want. You mastering. You really working on everything. So what I'm getting is overall, I think it's kind of tying together like the other ones. The relationship, your love life is looking good. We're gonna see how we know who this is. It could be a childhood friend, or it could be someone you knew, and y'all like you knew years ago, and they're coming around. Y'all spinning the block on each other, but maybe you guys are more mature. Um, you got a lot of clarity about this one. Um, hmm. Oh shit, y'all are really into each other. Yeah, but you've been like on this road of taking care of yourself. I think you both have. Like you guys had to like separate. I don't know how long. Could have been years. Could have been a childhood friend, childhood sweetheart. Um, but it's like you guys are really obsessed with each other. What's the outcome of this? What's the outcome? I think career is looking good because you got it's like Eight of Pentacles, like you mastering yourself. So I think your career is good. It's just like you're focused on this relationship right now, but I don't see you focus on the relationship hurting you. King of Swords, head over heart, discipline. So you guys are obsessed with each other, but you're gonna make the right decision for you. So I don't know what's gonna happen. Is there any obstacles? I don't know what the obstacle will be, but it's like you're both are mature. Like you know, if you think like, oh, this is gonna work, you're gonna be like, hey, I don't think it's gonna work, and we should go separate ways. And they might be like the same way, like, okay, I understand, because you guys both age together. Like you guys both wind together. Yeah. Like yeah, y'all both just came out of a relationship, so maybe y'all reconnected. So that's kind of gonna be the obstacle. Is like you both just got out of like a really tough relationship. Maybe you guys reconnected, but you guys are like more mature. You're feeling obsessed with each other, but the thing about coming fresh out of a relationship is sometimes it doesn't always work out because you still need more time to heal. But it's saying here that that's what you've been doing. I don't know if there's more to do, but that's what you've been doing. Let's get a little card on Capricorn's money. Actually, the money was looking good. I'm not gonna ruin it. Money was looking good. Any advice for this little situation? Oh my god. Any advice on the love situation? So the time is on the sign. Insecurity, a lack of confidence holds you back. Jealousy and comparison maybe. So yeah, y'all both got out of a relationship, and maybe there is kids involved or something. But don't let lack of confidence or jealousy of their past ruin the relationship. I think this actually has a lot of potential, but we're gonna be honest here. Rein it in. When I say rein it in, don't let that hold you back and letting this be a successful relationship, because you guys both got out of a really tough one. Like I said, kids might have been involved. Final messages for you. Positive energy only from the universe. Positive energy only from the universe. Positive energy only from the universe. Positive energy only. Positive energy only from the universe. Two more, one more. Oh, there we go. Ascending. So that self-love that you were working on, been working, party, go out with friends, have fun. Okay, and like I said, don't another self-sabotage. Don't sabotage because you are afraid of competition or whatever. Just know that that person's past is in the past, and I wouldn't worry about that. Like maybe they still have to deal with it because they have kids and they're female, but I think that they are focused on you. I think they're obsessed with you, and they are ready to move on. Like, don't let your ego block your blessings. Okay. That's mine for that. 02, 04. Okay. For Aquarius. Positive energy only for Aquarius. Positive energy only for Aquarius. Positive energy only for Aquarius. Okay. Maybe stagnant. You're not ready to. You're supposed to have a fresh start, but you're not ready. Could just left a relationship. Not feeling hopeful, but I think you're stronger than you know. Page of Swords, card of the reading. The Hermit. So you don't have a lot of mental clarity. You kind of want to hermit, and you're feeling down bad. Ten of Swords. You're ready to like come out the cold, but it's like you're stagnant. You know you're supposed to start something new. You know you need to come out the cold on something, but you're not making no moves because you lack hope. But I think you're stronger than you think. You got the Strength card here. You've been hermiting, trying to get mental clarity. Like I said, you down bad. I don't know if this is. Let's clarify that. I'm not getting love or career on this. This is not a 2-for-1. You gotta dive deep for Aquarius here. Clarity for Aquarius, Venus. Clarity for Aquarius, Venus. Okay. First card was Mask. Faith. Oh shit. Bottled up in twin flame. So you might be having hard to let go because you really feel connected to this person. Bottled up, illusions, keeping things inside. A mask, pretending, putting up a front. You might not be showing your real self, which is why this relationship is not working out. Wishing, praying, hoping. Yeah, you can wish and pray all you want, but you gotta make some moves. All right. Positive energy for the universe. I already know who this is for Aquarius. Since we got twin flame, we're gonna do love. Sideways card. Someone who isn't really ready to let go of the past. They want to, or they talk big talk that they're ready to let go of the past. Okay. Could be a Scorpio. Okay. How else do we know who this is? So someone who I guess is on their way to letting go of maybe a past relationship. They're trying to give you an offering. It is on the small side, so whoever's offering you, having a hard time letting go of a relationship, but still kind of offering you something. Could be a situationship that they're just offering you, or like they're just letting you know, like, hey, I'm going through a lot. Can't really, do too much for you. What else? Could be a childhood friend or someone you've known for a long time. How will this play out? They're not going to be able to offer you the emotions that you want. You are probably over romanticizing this situation, and they're not going to be able to give you what you want. Alright. We're going to move on to your money, and then we'll ask for general advice. Let's get some money. What's the money looking like for Aqua Venus? What's the money looking like for Aqua Venus? Money. Okay, confirmation on the... Ooh, loud. I think, but this one fully reversed. Side cups reversed. I think you're going to find like something. You're gonna find your tribe when it comes to making money. I guess is what I'm trying to say. So like, if you start a new job, you're gonna like the family culture of the job. You're gonna be abundant. You're gonna be able to start saving some money. Yep. And what I say, 10 of Pentacles. So this, if you're gonna be starting a new job, it's really gonna work out well for you, and you're gonna maybe save some money, whatever you're saving for. General advice for both of the situations. Okay, that one just popped out, so we're gonna take it. Illusion. Things are not as they appear. Subconscious patterns or hidden emotions may be at play. The moon card. So, like I said, I don't think this person's gonna be able to give you what you want. Maybe later, but you feel a strong connection to this person. So, sorry about that. I know it's like a strong connection, and they're not ready for a relationship. If you want to hang in there, hang in there. But this person has secrets. Okay. So just be aware. Secrets don't have to be a bad thing. Exactly. They're a bad thing because how can you proceed with secrets? But once doesn't mean the secret is bad. So even if it might seem bad to them, it might be for the best when the secret comes out. Positive energy only. Any more messages? Look in the mirror. Leave narcissistic things behind, whether it's you or them. Serpent, enemy. Okay. Not today. Mayim. Not today. Okay. So take it easy. Whatever outcome you want from this person or in life is not going to happen today. And you're going to have to go through a separation or feel the pain before you see the light at the end of the tunnel with this relationship. So this person does want to offer you something, but remember, it's not much. And I just have a feeling this person's going through a lot. Okay. So what made me say that? Yeah, because they're not ready to let go of something from the past. They're almost there. Now, when you say almost, healing can mean a lot of things for different people. So just because they're almost there could be a year or two. And you might not be ready to wait that long. You cannot put a label on someone's healing just for your benefit. So keep that in mind. Alright, and last but not least, Pisces. We made it, Pisces. Sorry. 02. 1227 for Pisces. Okay, Pisces, let's get it. Gonna do a little shuffle here. Pisces Venus sign. Pisces Venus sign. Pisces Venus sign. Alright, my dad is a Pisces. I do not know his Venus sign. I would have to check. My mom, true Virgo. Virgo sun, Virgo moon, Virgo Venus. Okay? Virgo for her. So you're all fucked up. Alright. When you're like shuffling fast, I'll get messed up. Alright, so Pisces Venus. What we got going on? Pisces Venus. Alright. Positive energy only for Pisces Venus. I'm sorry, I'm on the last one, so I might be getting a little eccentric than usual. 10 of Wands. It's like you've been exhausted, but I think you have potential to get out of there. I think you know what's going on. I think you know what's going on. You know you need to get up out of there. Because you got new love around the corner. Yeah, it's like you fighting with somebody and you stuck in this situation, but you got new love coming around the corner. Ain't no need for that. It's messing up your money. 2 for 1, 9 of Pentacles. I'm sorry, 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords reverse. And the King of Swords. Overall, 2 of Cups. Okay, so what I'm getting is you're kind of exhausted. There's a lot of conflict, but you got new love coming around the corner, and I think you might know it. I think you're in a relationship and somebody wants you, and I think that's kind of hindering on like how you're gonna make that decision, or maybe I don't know, because like your sleep is affected. Your sleep is affected, but it's kind of like this person is like this person is really convincing you to leave your situation. Lord, okay. Yes. This person is convincing you to leave your situation. What's that joke? Oh, you wouldn't go shoe shopping without shoes. Uh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think this person is really about to convince you. I think you might even be convinced. How do we know who this person that Pisces Venus is feeling? Who does Pisces Venus want? You know who's trying to convince you. Who does Pisces Venus want? Oh my god, so bright. Oh. You want the old person. The person you've been fighting with. Is Eight of Swords reverse and Queen of Wands reverse. You want the low vibrational person. How is this gonna play out? No reciprocity. You're just gonna keep on giving and they're not going to give. Okay. Well, there you go. You want the old person. They're not gonna give you reciprocity that you're looking for. How can we get the money up? I got you. What does the new person have to offer? What does the new person that wants Pisces Venus have to offer? They're trying to build you up. They might work with you. They might not be worth much either. How would it play out with a new person? It's like they have money for sure, but I don't know how that's helping you. Like they see you like they might just see you as like a temporary plaything. But they do seem very emotionally balanced. I'm sorry, how will this end up? It has potential. It's not yes or no. They could give it all to you. I don't know why they're like that. What does this new person have to offer to Pisces? I don't know. Like, what's the best outcome for this person in Pisces? This new person in Pisces. Someone who just works a lot. Someone who works a lot, and when if you don't let them, like if you don't give them the space to do what they gotta do for work, they're gonna take it out on you. So I don't know. I think you're better off single. That's what that was given. But you want your normal person. I don't know. The money's not looking good with this person. The money might be better with that other person. So that person could definitely bring more financial stability, but it wouldn't. I don't think it would be like they could offer more emotional and financial stability, but it's gonna be on their terms. I don't know how you like that. So think about that. What's the money like for Pisces Venus on their own? Could be going to a new job. Okay. You could be leaving for a new job. What's the emotion? Oh, I'm sorry. Emotion. What's the financial stability with the old person? Will the financial stability get better with the old person? A lot of cards. Possibly. Okay. It could get better, but they're going to have to grow themselves. They're going to have to stop being a follower and be a leader. They're going to have to really be on top of their game, and that's going to be up to you to decide if they can do that. And you might be thinking now, oh yeah, I'm going to push them to da-da-da. Only they can, nothing you do is going to influence this person to go get the bag. Only you can, be there for them. Yeah. It's like they have potential, but they gotta take advantage of that potential. What about for I'm gonna ask. I was thinking it. I guess for the new person. So what's financial for new person? Okay. They might be coming to a point where they're about to retire. But I don't know if they're going to be taking you with them, is what I'm getting from that. I see why you want your old person, because they are not doing shit, but they have potential. I think right now you are in love with potential, and you can see through the BS of this new person that's offering you new love. General advice, and then we're gonna be done here. Oh, and then some messages, but general advice. General advice. I think you should be on your own at this point. Let's see, what's the general advice for Pisces Venus? General advice, Pisces Venus. Confusion. When inner guidance feels blocked, it's easy to lose touch with your spiritual center. I think that's like, work on yourself. Work on building back your intuition. Pisces are supposed to be psychic, so any water sign is supposed to be psychic. But go ahead and build back up your self-worth, your intuition. If they're not supporting you, then it's not going to cut it. I think the other person had a little bit of support for you on their side, but if they're not really honing into it, then cut them loose too. Positive energy only for Venus Pisces. You have to cut some cords. Like I was saying, you might feel brokenhearted, but it's for the best. But talk. I think you guys are gonna have to maybe separate, but you might be able to talk your way back to each other. It's gonna be some heartbreak first. But you guys might be meant to be. You guys might be soulmates. All right, I'm gonna leave that there. So yeah, you guys might be soulmates. So that's why you feel a strong connection to them. That's why you're not paying the new person any mind. You're really connected to the old person. But I think it's going to take a lot of growth before you guys even get there. Definitely been a lot of emotional damage, but I think you guys can work it out. Good luck.